Peace and blessings. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jovhannah, the Sacred Wellness Alchemist, also known as the Spiritual Love Healer. And I'm just really grateful to be in a new month. January was very different. This year, 2025, is actually very different. And for me, I feel like it started last year around my birthday in September. I just felt the need to get quiet, to get still, to go within. And I kind of withdrew from social media and different things. And so that gave me a lot of time to plan and prepare. But once the new year came around, I didn't have that new year energy. It was more so like putting my big toe in the water to check the temperature. And the medicine and the lesson. So one of my friends posted on Instagram and they asked what lesson and what medicine came through for you in January. So that's something that I have been reflecting on. And one of the big things that came up for me was grounding. But beyond grounding, it's more so being in my body. A lot of times we are operating in virtual realities, or we are thinking about the future or reflecting on the past, and we're not fully in our bodies. And I see that with a lot of people in my energy healing sessions, like all of their energy is up here or it's somewhere scattered. So I have to pull it back in and anchor them and ground them back in. And that's something I think as a collective that we're moving away from instant gratification and fast-paced everything and moving back into real reality and being more connected interpersonally within our communities as well as within ourselves. I'm a body worker and an energy healer, so the need to tend to our physical selves is going to be huge this year. So whether you're spending time at the gym, you're going for walks, you're drinking your water, taking your vitamins and supplements, you're getting energy healing and body work sessions, there's so many different things that we are going to need to do to really clear our energy and stay grounded and focused in each present moment, because that is truly where the magic happens. The more that we're outside of ourselves, we're no longer operating within our own divinity. And that we have seen is problematic for so many different reasons. And what year is this? It's a 9 year, right? Number 9, which is Hermit. The Hermit card, and here, do I have a deck? Oh my gosh, you guys. This is one of my favorite decks. I got this recently. It's so beautiful. I haven't used it yet, but I'm going to post a review of the deck on my page because it is just absolutely gorgeous. So the Hermit is all about going within. It also is connected to Virgo. But more than just going within, it's sourcing wisdom from self. And in order to source wisdom from self, that requires awareness, it requires stillness, it requires quiet time, it requires stripping away the things that do not matter. When the Hermit goes to sit on the mountaintop, to meditate, to talk to source, they're not taking a lot of stuff with them. They have a lantern and a staff, and they're just going. And really what it is, it's like following your inner light. And a lot of times that's hard to do because we are comparing ourselves to other people. We have limiting beliefs about the past, and we're not fully present and able to accept the fact that what it is that we desire also desires us, that what it is that we wish to experience, we can absolutely experience if we're able to release the resistance. And I think that being in the Hermit energy requires a few different things. It requires radical authenticity. It requires boundaries, radical self-love, and it requires like really being in tune with your physical self. There's something about this year that really, and I do believe Virgo is connected to, is that the sixth house? Not sure, but I feel like it's connected with, yeah, with our daily routines and health and wellness and things like that. We are living in very, very stressful times. There's a lot of information that is available to us, and sometimes it's not always accurate. A lot of it is opinion. So finding out actual facts can be difficult. So we have to source ourselves, use our discernment, use our intuition to feel our way through certain things. And I think that's going to be very important. A lot of times, I know as for myself, I've always been a very intuitive, empathic person, but over time, you're kind of taught not to trust yourselves. If you think about it as, as a kid, if you felt a type of way about somebody, then people would say, oh, you're judging them, or you have to be nice because that's so-and-so. And no, like kids genuinely know where somebody's energy is. So like with my girls, I didn't make them interact with people. If they were like closed off to someone, or they just got the ick from them, or whatever the case may be, I let that be what it was, because I know that children, they're more connected and tapped in. So if they don't like somebody, that's how they feel. I didn't force them to interact. But many of us were forced to interact, to smile, to share, to do different things that did not really resonate with us. And over time, we have learned not to trust ourselves. So being in that hermit energy is also about knowing how to trust yourself, knowing when you need to withdraw, when it's time just to sit and watch. And so this is the Hermit from the Moon, what is it? The Moonlight Dream Tarot. I love this deck. It is absolutely beautiful. So there's the Hermit. He's got his staff. This one has the hourglass, and then there's a lamp there that he has. And it represents wisdom. There's things that we have learned in our life, and I feel like the Hermit is asking us to apply that knowledge, to tap into that wisdom, but it's very much something that is embodied. And I think that's where a lot of times we can fall short, because we're operating in different sectors, right? There's the mind. So maybe we've done all the mindset work, and we've gone to therapy, and we've processed everything. And then we've got spiritual. We do our meditation. We're connecting with spirit. We're, going to church, whatever those things are. And then there's body, right? Which is maybe we're going to the gym, we're eating, maybe we're taking our vitamins and supplements. But it's a whole, like all of these things have to be in balance. And I want to say a couple of years ago, I talked about how fitness is actually a spiritual practice as well, because as we grow and evolve on a spiritual or soul level, our physical container has to grow and evolve to be able to hold the new energy, the new frequency. And so that's something that I have been wrestling with, to be honest, is shifting my mindset around fitness and the way in which I care for my own body. And so that's something that is very important to me, that I'm continuing to work on. But that also ties into the things that we hold within our body, the emotions, the trauma, the pain, the memories that are embedded within our cells, within our muscles, within our physical temple. And that's why I really love what I do as an energy healer and body worker. I really like focusing on the somatic aspect, the energetic aspect, as to why we continue to have pain and aches and things like that. Because if we can get to the root of it, then we can truly release it, and all is well. But I think that's something like the Hermit energy for 2025 is really calling us to lean on our own light, to lean in within our own wisdom and understanding. And sometimes that means that we have to learn something new or unlearn something. So this is a year of deep wisdom and reflection, and really being mindful of the circles that we are participating in, there's also this deep need for connection and community in the real world. And that's something that I've also felt a lot more recently, is like, I honestly don't want to be on social media. Like, if I could just delete everything, I would be super happy. But not my channel though. I love it here. Like this, but just in general, like getting back to a place where we are connecting with people in real time, face to face, person to person. So one of the things that's been coming up for me is getting back into holding healing circles again. And I'm trying to decide, do I want to do them in person? Do I want to do them virtually? Do I want to do a combination? So just needing to share the wisdom that I have and to be of help and support to other people. And yeah, just being very mindful about what I'm consuming, what I'm taking in, and like honoring my own sacred knowledge and wisdom. So that's what I feel like January was a very big mirror as far as where do I need to make adjustments, what's working, what's not working. Am I really carving out time to connect in with myself? Like, where is my energy at and why is it there? So it was very eye-opening for me to see, like, okay, these are the things that are bubbling up for me. A lot of things around like love and relationships, a lot of things around family and business and money. So very clear as far as the areas of my life that need my focus and need my attention. And that's kind of what I'm doing. So if you had a lot of things coming up for you in January, I would go back and kind of look at how did the month go for you? What was working? What was not working? What areas were like really calling for your attention? And make those your priority. Focus on those things. And also find ways to integrate some sort of body movement practice, self-care rituals, so that you're making sure that you are really and truly paying attention to your health and your wellness, in addition to showing up for yourself. So that's what has been coming up for me in 2025. And I'm really excited because there's so many different things that I want to share and to talk about. So this is just the beginning of getting back into the flow of things. There's a lot that is happening behind the scenes, and I'm just really grateful, thankful, and blessed to have a sacred space in which I can share my work, my life, my experiences to help someone else live abundantly ever after. Pain, heartache, trauma, whatever it is that you may have experienced in your life, because ultimately that is what it comes down to. When we're able to source our own wisdom, to really trust in ourselves, trust in our higher selves, trust in divine timing, that allows us to release the past, to be in the present moment where we can use our energy and intentions consciously to create the reality that we desire to experience. And that's what it's all about. But when we're operating out of wounding or out of trauma, that can be very difficult because of the thoughts that we're thinking, the feelings that we're thinking, or sometimes we're not aware of it, or just the things that we are holding within our bodies. So I feel like this year is really illuminating areas in which we can learn and grow and really create changes in our lives. So I'm going to leave that for now. If you would like to connect with me, check out the details in the description. You can follow me on Instagram at jovhannahtisdale. Visit my website, jovhannahtisdale.com. I'm offering, again, I've got readings, coaching, energy healing sessions. You can also come to my practice, the Culture Spa, in person here in Wake Forest for treatments as well, or we can work together remotely. I am so excited about this year. It's a rough but it's also not. I feel like there's so many things that are crumbling around us that it just forces you to have to go within to figure out, like, who am I? What is authentic and real and true for me? And how can I be that beacon of light? How can I be that in this world or in this new world? So yes, I love you. I hope that you are having an amazing year. Be on the lookout for a February 2025 forecast. I'm going to do a reading for the collective just to provide some guidance and insight because we're going to need it. Sending you lots of love. Until next time, peace.